Gary Lamm with a short video about Brock Purdy. Now, until Week 2, 2023 against the Rams, all of Brock Purdy's limitations have been theoretical. But yes, I'm going to show you in this video where Brock has improved and where he needs to get better. Let's start with the bad. In the game Sunday, Brock Purdy did miss 3 deep throws. Is it because he's trying to, get out there, crow hop and heave? Is it because he doesn't have timing? 49ers really don't go deep a lot. Brock Purdy started in training camp, but he didn't have mini camp. Look at, he missed Jennings, he missed Debo, he missed Ayuk. None of those guys are real burners. Not a lot of time to practice this because of the short week going into Thursday, but Brock does need to step that up. You got to hit the gimmies, you got to hit the deep balls. 2 out of 3, that's a blowout. The Niners don't have to play McCaffrey. Brock can take a couple snaps off. When you're a championship team, let all the players play. Elijah Mitchell needs to get in rhythm. It is what it is. So Brock has to answer that question. The first real question he's had to answer. Let's see what happens. But I'm going to tell you where he improved. In the NFC Championship game, and in many games, Brock gets back in the pocket and stays there. He wants to spin around, but he leaves himself susceptible for a pass rush to get behind the right tackle especially, and boom, they're behind the right tackle. He stays there, his arm's in jeopardy, the ball's in jeopardy. Sometimes he fumbles, and worse, he's gotten hurt, okay? But what he's done against the Rams, I saw this on multiple occasions, where Brock steps back in the pocket, he steps up, boom, he's protected, the right tackle has to go around, boom, he's made plays like that. Let's see if he continues to do this. Instead of this, wait. Brock likes to step back. He's really good going this way. Boom, spin around. But what you need to do consistently, and I saw him doing against the Rams. Let's see if he does it. Stepping back, boom. Pressure comes around this way. He steps up, boom, makes a play. That's improvement. That shows that Brock has not hit his ceiling. I think he needs to get better in the pocket. I saw him doing that. I like what I see. The guy hasn't even played a 17-game season yet. So I think he can get better. I think his ceiling is higher than people think. One thing that gives him great confidence is that burst and escapability, that wiggle and that burst, the ability to get past people, they're right in front of him, and that quick 10-yard dash time. That's a real stat that gives him confidence to move around the pocket. I think Brock has that ability, and that's where he's going to get better. Well, check it out. Thursday Night Football, not a lot of time, like I said, to make adjustments. Not a lot of time with your receivers to get on pace. That's the hardest thing to do. Brock looks good throwing receivers open within like a 20-yard radius. If a receiver's one-on-one, Brock has the ability to get that ball. Like they call it throwing behind the receiver. Brock, on the cornerback. Brock gets it over here where the guy can body up. He did that week 1 with Ayuk. He did it week 2 with Jennings on the other side. So he can go to the left or right, throw a receiver open down the sideline. But what Brock does, he has anticipation. So he's anticipating. I'm now on the receiver. He's anticipating if he's even, he's leaving. So Brock knows with anticipation. He's anticipating that the receiver's going to be open, but not by a big amount. So it's been happening, in my opinion, that Brock lets the ball go before the receiver's totally open, which he should do, and it looks really bad because say at the top of the route, or it looks like they're not that open, and boom, the receiver's getting really open down here, and Brock's overthrowing him. But what I think he's actually doing is throwing it where only the receiver can catch it. But good on the Niner receivers, Jennings, Ayuk, and Debo. They just got really, really open. Brock overthrew him, and it looked worse than it was. But you still got to hit those throws. You got to make it catchable. But you got to do 2 things at once. You cannot turn the ball over. You can't mess it up, but you got to hit him at the same time. That's why, he's in the NFL, but also he's not getting paid the big bucks, so we should limit our expectations. So that's one great thing about Brock. A guy who was last pick in the draft, barely's ever played, is getting compared to top quarterbacks. That's a good thing. That's a good thing for him. But the Niners won the Super Bowl. He can't improve that. Let's see if he hits the guys deep. Boom. Let's go deep, Brock. Let's get deep.